So if you're Adrian Griffin, what you telling Doc when he tries to give you the All-Star bonus and the All-Star ring?
Fade.
Fade.
Tomorrow I'm going on vacation. Motherfucker, you just came back from vacation. You was fucking sitting on the sideline this whole fucking time. Laughing and shit. I don't like none of that snickering shit when you fucking sabotage the whole plan.
The key king, as they say?
Shit.
The problem is that we said it last month that this was going to, last week when he got traded, this was going to happen. You have a guy that he has the best record, right? He's number 2. So you can't use Boston because he won it last year, right? He was the coach last year, so you can't be back-to-back coaches, which means that Griffin was the coach of the All-Star game, right? And coach of the year, because Griffin was new, he was going to be coach of the year also.
You think?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
They're number 2 right now.
They're number 2.
The Bucks were number 1 last year, so if you tell
coach, it's coach.
I'm saying why
not
you couldn't
team.
Coach of the year if the team's performance.
This is his first.
But I'm saying adding Dame to this roster on paper, you look like you've improved this roster significantly. If you're not finishing the first again, or at least replicating what you did in the previous season, how would you?
This is my first year as a coach.
Yes,
This is my first year as a coach. So when we look at the metrics, I will have the biggest winning percentage out of any coach that year.
Why not like Chris Finch if the Timberwolves hold where they're at?
Where were they last year? It could be him too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It just seems like.
But the metrics of the comparison is what he's saying is like.
What's your winning percentage?
Yeah.
Right? So if his winning percentage from last year's, even though they're number 1, 20% versus mine, well, it was going to be, 60-something%. So
like Brad Stevens when he came in and he got coach of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was because he was a new coach and they were building up until that point.
You can't be an All-Star coach back-to-back?
No. Can't be back-to-back, yeah. Which is sucks. Like which
Oh, for real?
Yeah, which is it's stupid because you're taking credit in a sense like, oh, he's gonna get some money. Well, he's gonna get some. That's his anyway. It's his anyway, sir. By the time you came in, he was guaranteed that coach. So you're not doing him no favor by saying he gonna get some money. He's gonna get no. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't even be there. He should be allowed to go in there and coach that team.
Get my team back.
He should be there. That should be that's his award. That's not your award. I need to go on vacation.
You hear that shit?
How about sit your monkey ass at home and figure out what the fucking problem is with your team? Learn your team. You just got there a week ago. This is a time you have fucking 7 days to actually look at film and understand your players, understand your rotations, because before you got there, Dame was playing the whole 12 minutes. That's what he was accustomed to, right? Now you sub him out at the 3-minute mark. So that's something he has to really adjust to. Learn your system. Learn what made them successful before your ass got there, because they were successful before you got there. Because I know one thing that's changed. The defense hasn't. Same defense, right? Same fuck-ups. The only thing that's changed is the offense is worse.
Oof.
Oh, y'all was scoring 124. What you scoring now? Under Doc.
So Rivers 1-3 since taking over the Bucks. 5 games behind the Celtics for first in the East. They played the Jazz last night. Blew a 19-point lead. Were outscored 40-13 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Sound about Doc? What has the team been averaging since Doc has been there? Let's see those 3.
4 games.
Yeah, what is those 4 games?
Last 4 games.
I guarantee you it won't be 124 what they were scoring before.
Yeah, they've only surpassed their highest scoring total is 129, 107, 116, 129, and 108. So it's been a bit of a.
So what does that average? About
112.
See, that's why. I said it. I said as people talked about the Bucks defense, they didn't talk about the Bucks offense, which
115 points per game.
So he's averaging 115 points. So he's averaging exactly what they averaged last year.
And they're at 124, I believe.
They was 124. So he's 9 points worse as the coach. which now doesn't offset the defense that they gave up. So they was giving up 113, 116, 116 to 124. So that's why I said they were 2 points better as a team last year. Now you're coming in and you're changing the offense and you're slowing them down. Now they can't even keep up with who they were. So they're a worse team under you.
But who do you blame?
I blame.
Did the players asked for this?
No, I blame the upper management because y'all made the deal.
Then who asked for it?
We don't know. We don't know who. We can't say who asked for it.
We could say it ain't had nothing to do with Adrian.
I can tell you this.
No, for sure it didn't have nothing to do with Adrian.
That's what I'm saying. So if it didn't have nothing to do with Adrian,
But that's what we can't tell. Like this should be a rule. This should be a rule. NBA rule. If someone is a consultant for a team, they shouldn't be allowed to get a job.
Okay.
they got to stay in that position.
But why would you make that a rule, though?
Tampering.
It's tampering.
They're consulting.
It's tampering.
They work for the team.
It's still tampering.
But if you can get the job, you can literally tell him shit.
Right, I'm consulting because you're not the professional, right?
Yeah.
So you hired me to consult. And you're asking me about the coach, and I'm a coach, and that's the job I want.
Yes.
I want a coaching job. I don't want this. No. I don't want to be an announcer. Right. I want to be a coach. So I'm still mentally an active coach, which means I get to poison the well.
Yeah, but that's on the Bucks for letting that happen, right? I'm just saying, if they give Doc that opportunity, I would say if you work as a consultant with the team, you shouldn't be able to have a job in the media. Because now it feels like you're able to manipulate that side of it.
But it's the same. I'm a consultant, so I get to manipulate all of it.
Yeah, but that's my point. But if I'm just consulting, I shouldn't be able to broadcast games for ESPN now and be able to use my position to.
It's the same thing, but it's the same poison. I get to go in there and say, yeah, Adrian's not doing such a very good job with the team. It looks like that. The players are not respecting him, like they're losing hope. I get to do that because I want his job. So I'm working both angles here.
But you got to pick a side, is what I'm saying. If the Bucks hire you to be a consultant, then you can tell them whatever the hell you want to tell them, right? Whatever you're doing behind the scenes, that shit goes on all the time in multiple professions. But you shouldn't be able to use now your position in the media, is what I'm saying, to be able to now get that out publicly.
But it's creating also favoritism for you to get the position.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're saying certain things that make sense to the actual audience. That's like, yeah, man, they're just not getting back on defense very well. The rotations is bop, 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 bop. This is coming from an NBA championship coach that's saying some shit, but no one knows he's consulting for the guy he's talking about.
Exactly, and that's my point.
So it's like that just looks bad. Like you said, poisoning the well and hiding him like, I'm spiking the juice, you know what I'm saying?
Poison in the well, that was a bar.
Right, hey, poison in the well and I'm giving you the water. Hey, have fun. And that's what it really is, because if I'm the consultant but I want the job, am I actually giving you the best information? No, I'm not giving you the best information because I want that job. So that means I'm gonna make it make sense for me versus I'm not gonna ever say he's doing good. I'm not gonna say, hey, you guys are trying to replace him. Are you crazy? They're 30-13 right now. They're doing very well. Think about if I was a consultant.
For sure.
But if I was a consultant there and they're like, oh wait, our defense is better. I'm like, hold on, slow down. Stop listening to goddamn media. Right now, we're +2 than last year. That means this team is better. Our offense is ranked number 2, which was ranked number 15 last year. Yeah, we was 4th in defense. This is where we are. But overall, we're a better team. Pump your brakes. Versus, defense is horrible, because, when I coached, the Celtics, this is what I did, this is what I did. And you over here like, that makes more sense.
That's it. But what you just say, when that means I want the credit for the consultation, which you don't get credit for.
For sure.
Because I'm giving you tidbits that's helping everything run smoothly, and it's coming from me, and no one knows it. But I gotta sit behind this microphone and act like you the great coach when I'm giving you all the tidbits.
Brandon, question for you, obviously our resident Bucks fan. If you're Adrian Griffin and the Bucks try to bring on Doc as a consultant, are you telling them, I'm not rolling with that? Or are you just saying, I'm first your coach, look.
No, I just feel like it was like some backstabbing. Just look backstabbing. And, the way it's going right now, you got to be careful. Making moves like this when your team was already on the rise with a new coach and you wanted change, to bring this in during the middle of the season, it can really backfire on you. So They just got to be careful.
Do we give them time?
Nah.
Give who time?
Nah.
The Bucks.
Nah.
Time to do what? They're done. They're done.
You.
They're done. Put a fork in them.
Black History Month has barely even started.
Come on, we already know. We already know, man. We already know. Doc is going to be the all-star coach, so let's all take the lower.
Damn.
All take the lower. We know who ain't winning that all-star game. Too much pressure on the line for Doc. They losing. Vote West.
West.
Vote West.
Damn.
Take all lowers. If you're
All
using
lowers.
Underdog Fantasy, which you should do, and use promo code GIL when you
So
sign
you think
up.
this move the Bucks made is probably gonna fuck them up the next years, like couple years? Like, do you see them winning it under Doc though?
No.
No.
But okay.
Coming out of the East.
Okay, so look. Like
do they get to the
like
finals?
this. Like with a new coach, right? You don't know what he's good at yet.
Right.
Right? You don't understand. Like, y'all, this is, when people say, well, he don't have any experience. True, he's zero. His experience in the playoffs is zero right now, right? I know Doc's experience, right? I know what it looks like. Worst coach in the playoff in game-tight situations. He's last. Well, if he's last, the only way I know he's failing if he gets worse than him. Other than that, he can't be last, so he's naturally going to be a better situational coach than him in theory. So I'm going to go with this person to see, what he does in those tight situations. He might be the best coach for us in Game 7s. We have to put him under that pressure first. We're just assuming because he doesn't have any knowledge that he's going to crack under pressure. Exactly. We do not know. Like, we didn't know, right? Ty Lue was going to be a great coach until he got the job, and then the playoffs came, and he excelled.
Yep.
Right? He didn't have any experience, but he excelled when it mattered. And that's what gave him the notch as, hey, this is a good coach.
Yeah.
You have to give people that chance. And right now, 30-13. 30-13.
You think Adrian to get another opportunity? Given the fact that no one's really saying why.
They're currently 33-17, just to update you on that. But
No, I don't give a shit what they are now.
30-13 when Adrian Griffin.
We know what they were when Adrian was there, 30-13.
In Joe Punti.
We know what they were.
So that's his only metric
you don't
for another job is 30-13. This is who I coached. Are they going to give him another opportunity?
He should. Right now his record is 30-13. That's his record.
I think he's deserving another opportunity, but based on the way things played out this season, do you think now?
But unless there's something that we haven't heard, like there's some damage going on, there's some foul play and things that he did,
which we haven't heard anything.
So other than that, if it's just that the players didn't like his schemes
or his style of coaching,
and he's 30-13, fuck what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
I can use you. Whatever pissed them off, because if they're happy now and they're losing, then something's mentally wrong with them.
So he can use that on his resume. Nah, it was them. Nah.
Yeah,
We was cool when I was there.
San Antonio Spurs, y'all need to be calling around.
They out here dancing. They out here dancing and giggling shit, losing in games. So obviously they're happier in this situation to have a coach that they can relate to that doesn't, demand anything, and they're losing and they're fine. Mm-hmm. Well, I was demanding winning. I was demanding we do this extra stuff. So if you're looking for a coach who demands, players to be great and take accountability, then obviously, yes, he should get another chance.
Facts. That remains to be seen. We'll also see how the Bucks play out, but go ahead and download the Underdog Fantasy app. All-Star Weekend coming up very soon. Go all lower on the East. All lower.
Like the ideal of Giannis didn't like him. Jordan didn't like Krause, but they won 6 rings. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right?
No, that's
because most of the time, what we like in life might not be the best for us.
Right.
I love some fucking soda. Woo! Love some soda, some pizza. Oh, I love it.
Very delicious.
I love it.
Very delicious.
Right? And I don't mean it's good for me. Right. So the person who's telling me that I need to eat healthy, naturally I'm not gonna like them, right?
Right.
Because what I want is this. What you're trying to give me for me to live is this, and I don't want this because I want this. So I'm saying, hey, Giannis, get back on defense. Giannis playing the post. Giannis pass the ball. Stop trying to go forward. Get him. And you don't like that, then it's you, not me.
Accountability.
You're stuck in the ways that you're stuck in.
Guard the ball.
Right? That's when we talk about, you know, a player not liking a coach, we never ask the player, why don't you like him? Right? Hey, Shaq, you didn't like what's the name because of what? Because they wanted to run the offense through Dwayne Wade now versus you. Right? You know, hey, why don't you like this person? Oh, because he was taking the ball out of my hand. I don't like that. Right? So, you know, if a player don't like the coach, it's usually more because the coach is trying to make him do something different.
But there's also a difference between liking a coach and respecting a coach. Because if you know basketball, like we all know basketball, a coach demands certain excellence out of you, regardless of if you like the way he's delivering it. If it's right, you go home and you have to really like marinate on the fact that, yo, you know what, he right, he telling me to dive on a loose ball. If you're looking at footage, you're like, I could have got that. But I'm trying to pick it up, I'm trying to do it my way. And that's why they got the ball, they laid it up, we lost the game by 2. So all the accountability comes to like, I don't like him. I don't like his approach to it, but I gotta respect it because we've been winning this way. And if we're losing and I don't like him, that's a whole different metric. But if I don't like him and we're winning, I gotta suck it up and say, you know what? He right. I need to guard the ball. I need to be in help side. I need to talk on defense. I need to stop acting like a prima donna. And that's a lot of things that a lot of guys don't want to face, is the fact that criticism and constructive criticism is one of the key components of coaching. And as a leader and as a good player, you got to be able to be a coachable, constructive critic of yourself before the coach. Because when he starts giving you that energy, if you can't take it internally, you're going to crash out.
You would think, though, like that they would want that after winning it, right? Like after you win it, you would think like, okay, how do we get back to this point? Like,
but then you got rid of Bullhoser.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what was he like? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? I'm sure he was telling y'all to do this, and everybody was doing everything he said.
And we ain't even hear about why he got fired.
Well, it's no different than when everybody got mad at me because I said Giannis needs to get in the post, Embiid needs to do this, and people say, well, he's a champion, he's an MVP. What does he need to do? Get better, right? But you want to stand on what you want to stand on because you want it this way. Yeah, you want it this way, right? You want it this way, and to win the next one, you have to take another road, right? You took this road, you won. To get to the next championship, you have to do it another way.
That road
and another way is not going to be. So they might be in the post now, and that's what the. You know, yeah, I didn't win a championship, but I'm watching what the greats did. And you're watching, okay, so, you know, he wanted driving this year. The next year he went to the, you know, what's the name? This year he started passing the ball a little bit more and won it. So he won 3 championships all 3 different ways, right? So, you know, when a coach says, hey, we need to, you're a champion, you're MVP, but we need to add more to the game. If you're stuck in what your accolades tell you are, then you're never going to change. There's going to be a point where Embiid is going to have to change his game because the style that you're playing might not be winning the championship worthy. So you might have to say, well, Embiid, I know you like facing up, you're going to average 35, but if you get in the post and average 30, we got this shit.
And he did change it because last year was more in the post. Then we started doubling him this year. Now he changed it to the mid post where you can't double me as much. It's all face up. Now it's like, okay, how do we mitigate him from the face-up? We got to deny him the ball, make him catch it somewhere else. Now, how do you adjust, Joel? We go more pick and roll, pick and slides, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's an adjustment.